Before VAR controversies and billion-dollar transfers, football was a simpler game. Or so they say. From muddy Sunday league pitches to the neon lights of the Bernabeu, football has gone through eras that define not just the sport, but entire cultures. So today, we're taking you on a journey through the wild evolution of football, from the pioneers to the superstars and everything in between. So, lace up your boots, let's kick things off. In the early 1900s, football was still finding its feet. Quite literally. It was more about passion than paychecks. Players often had day jobs, and the idea of multi-million-dollar contracts, that was science fiction. But let's give credit where it's due. This era birthed the very first World Cups, like the one in 1930, where Uruguay took home the inaugural trophy. It wasn't just national pride either. Local club rivalries began heating up, giving birth to the intense atmospheres we know and love today. And of course, let's not forget Pelé. By the time the 1950s rolled around, this teenage sensation was about to put Brazil on the map in a way that samba music never could. By the 60s and 70s, football was growing up fast. We're talking more organized competitions and finally, some tactics that didn't just involve booting the ball as far as possible. Enter total football. The brainchild of Rinus Michels and Johan Cruyff. Players swapped positions faster than you can say tiki-taka, and defenders suddenly had to actually defend. Meanwhile in Italy, Catenaccio was turning the art of defending into a dark, beautiful science. This era was the birthplace of truly legendary club competitions, like the European Cup, now the Champions League. And let's be honest, who doesn't love those grainy, black and white highlight reels of Cruyff turning defenders inside out? The 80s and 90s. Shoulder pads weren't just for the fans in the stands. They were for defenders on the pitch too. This was the era of wild haircuts, glorious mullets, and even better football. We saw Maradona's Hand of God moment, both the most controversial and the most iconic goal in history. And Marco van Basten's volley that looked like it was powered by cheat codes. This was also the dawn of football going global on TV. The Champions League started in '92, bringing European club nights into living rooms worldwide. Clubs like AC Milan, Real Madrid, and Manchester United started to realize they weren't just football teams anymore. They were global brands in the making. Now we're getting into the real glitz and glamour. By the 2000s, football wasn't just a game, it was an industry. Messi and Ronaldo redefined what it meant to be a footballer, turning the scoring charts into their personal playgrounds. Zidane's headbutt in 2006. Iconic, if not exactly textbook sportsmanship. This was the era where clubs like Barcelona and Real Madrid stopped being just football clubs and became global superpowers. TV rights went through the roof, sponsorships turned into monster deals, and players started earning salaries that would make an oil sheik blush. Even managers became global icons. Mourinho's mind games, Sir Alex's hairdryer treatment, Pep's tactical tinkering. The drama wasn't just on the pitch. It was in the dugouts, too. If you thought the money was crazy in the 2000s, hold on to your seat, because the 2020s took it up another level. State-owned clubs like Manchester City and PSG turned the transfer market into a shopping spree. And don't even get me started on the Super League fiasco. The less said about that, the better. Oh, and VAR. Because what's a game of football without a 5-minute wait to see if someone's toenail was offside? This era saw football truly become a global juggernaut. Even the pandemic couldn't slow it down. Matches went behind closed doors, but the cash kept flowing. With streaming deals and social media hype, the game's more connected than ever, but also more commercial. Let's be honest, when you've got A-list celebrities, billionaires, and even presidents watching your games, you know you've made it. So what's next? With the rise of AI and scouting, data-driven tactics, and even rumors of a Netflix-style global streaming takeover, the future of football is looking more high-tech than ever. Women's football is booming, with record crowds and sponsorship deals finally catching up, and with clubs sniffing around the idea of World Club Cups and global leagues, the game might get even bigger, if that's even possible. But here's the big question. Will football lose its soul in all this money and hype? Or will we see a new generation of players, the next Messi, the next Ronaldo, take the game to even greater heights? What do you think? Who's your pick for the next global superstar? Will it be Bellingham, Haaland, Lamine Yamal, or someone completely out of left field? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this stroll through football's history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time for another deep dive into the beautiful game. Until then, keep the passion alive, and I'll see you in the next one.